Along with Ray Ferraro, I'm James Cebulski. Welcome back, everyone, and buckle up while you're at it because this should be a doozy here this evening. As we send it down ringside to Ray Ferraro. Ray, penalty killing, always a key going into something like this.
It is. We talked to the visiting coach today. He, in particular, stressed the need to stay out of the box. He wants his team to be aggressive, but they want to play with some discipline. It's been a little bit of a problem for them lately.
Two teams hungry for 2 points, and we are ready to drop the puck. Well, the hype for this one has been off the hook. Puck is dropped. Let's see if this one actually lives up to it. Denmark's got the puck against the half wall. Picks off the pass. Quick feed to Auger. The Flyers take it across the blue line. Takes the pass from the boards. And makes the save. Good read by the winger as the two centers tie up. O'Shea's got it in the offensive zone. Can't connect. Grabs the puck here inside the offensive end. Scores! The home team's on the board.
Man, that is a textbook start for a home team. Get the early first goal. Make the road guys start to chase you. Sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say, I can't do any more than that. He did all he could to try and stop that puck.
Britain's got a quick goal here early in this first period, and with it, a different energy in this crowd.
Everybody gets ramped up a little bit. You score early, you hope you can. Now you have, you go get another.
Denmark's got the puck along the boards. Intercepts the pass. This could be something. Not even close.
Not close to anything. The net's been the same size for 100 years.
On the attack along the boards. Here's a shot. Gets in front of it.
Ooh, they lost their coverage there. They give up the odd man break. But the goaltender again, sharp on the stop.
Lots of hockey left to be played in this period. We got a 1-0 game to this point. And a solid job tying up his opponent. Scoops up the puck here. Moves it up through the middle from the right. Moves it around along the half wall. And that's broken up with a stick in front. Receives the pass. Pass stolen in the open ice. Tries to make that cross-ice feed. Now he takes it over the line. Shot. Glove save. Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. Across the point. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Gets a hold of the puck here in his own end. Carries it in. Slides it back to the blue line. Oh, comes up with the stop. Puck is dropped and he wins the draw here in the defensive zone. Grabs it in his own end. Takes the feed. Grabs the puck. Takes control of the puck. And that one's turned away. Here's a shot. Oh, and another big stop.
Really sharp. Never loses sight of the puck to make the second save.
Trying to escape the pressure. Takes it across the blue line. Moves the puck along the half wall. Stays with it. Centered out in front. Gives them nothing in front. The Flyers will play it in their own end. Takes the feed. Nothing. Moves it to Carrier. Carrier's got it deep in the offensive end. And that one's broken up. Into the offensive zone. Denmark's got the puck in their own end. Fires it into the offensive zone. Lugs the puck into the corner of the offensive zone. Knocked out the puck. A little bump and grind, but still hangs on to the puck. Great Britain's got it in their own zone. Puts it in deep. The Blue Nation have gained control of the puck along the wall. Plays the puck up ahead. Great Britain's got the puck. And the puck's knocked loose. And some fancy footwork to kick it over to his teammate. Moves it over to Auger. Here they come on the attack. Here they are on the attack. Off the crossbar. My goodness, what a shot. Quick feed down low. Snaps one on net. He scores. I believe a colleague of ours likes to call those back-to-back.
Yeah, the coaches want you to stay aggressive after you score. They do that, and they're able to put another one up on the board. Goalie just can't keep up with this. He's close to the net, but he's still able to have enough room to beat the goaltender.
Still a lot of time left in the period as we approach the midway mark. The Flyers now lead by 2. While the centers are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. From the point, they take control of it. Great Britain's grabbed a hold of the puck. The Flyers move the puck in the defensive zone. Slides it across to Auger. Huge steal in his own end. Off the left wing and into center. Almost lost the puck, but hangs on here as play continues. Off target! Here's a short pass to Auger. Over the line they come. Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Takes control of the puck. Slides the puck over. Takes it at center. Great Britain's got a hold of it along the wall. Whacks it into the offensive zone. Denmark's got control of it now from their own end. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Puts it on net. Comes up with the stop. Well past the midway mark of this period, and it's a 2-0 hockey game. Center's jammed up, and the winger grabs the puck with the stop. Along the wing up the neutral zone. Looking to make something happen along the boards. And that shot goes nowhere as the lane was filled. Carries it across the line. Booming shot! He scores!
Well, he can really shoot the puck there, and that just blows by the goaltender. He didn't really have a chance.
Denmark's cut that lead to 1 as they get back to center ice.
They must look at this game completely different, James. They should. Because now, with just half of this first period left, there's lots of time. You only trail by 1.
Takes the pass. Quick pass to Payne. Long jam in front. That's broken up. The Flyers take possession in the defensive end. Carries it in. He almost lost it for a second there, but regains control of the puck. Moves the puck. With possession along the wall. Intercepted. Beautiful stick save to keep them from lighting the lamp. And the goaltender grabs that one for a whistle to try to slow things down here. And as the puck is dropped, they win the draw here inside the defensive zone. Takes it across the blue line to his teammate. Denmark's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Nice pass. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Sends a pass over. Sends it over to Auger. Delpy's going to play it against the half wall. And that goes off a player. Takes the bank feed. Lets it go and makes the easy glove save. I have been looking forward to this one for a while, but coming up, period number 2, the one, the only, Snoop Dogg in the house. Here in the late goings of the period, it's a 2-1 game. Roy's won the draw. Stops him cold. Moves it to Thompson. Gets it to the other point. Hammers it. Went headhunting there.
I think he did. Man, that thing is way over top of the net.
From the left side into the middle of the neutral zone. Along the half wall with the puck. Handles the puck. Picks off the pass in the defensive zone.
I didn't like that play at all, James. That's got to go back behind the net where it's safer.
With the stop. The frozen biscuits dropped, and we are back underway here. Denmark's got the puck along the wall. Great Britain's looking to break out of their own end. Sends the pass over. Puts it on net. Stopped by the goaltender. Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Comes up with the stop. Takes it from the other side of the blue line. Oh, just wide. Gets that puck back on a stick. Nice poke check. Denmark's got it in their own zone. Here they come on the attack. Lets it fly. Oh, what a stop. Receives the pass. Moves the puck into the attacking area. Takes a shot, misses over the net.
No, he's got to get that on target. That's a scoring chance, and he doesn't even make the goaltender make a save.
Knocked away. Hammers one from the point. Big save by the goaltender. Nice start winning the draw here inside the offensive zone. Rips it from the blue line. Way off target. And that's broken up with a stick in front. There are rock stars, and then there's next level to that. And our guest coming up in period number 2 defines it. Snoop Dogg coming up here on EA Sports.
Kids, don't forget, if you're a member of our rookie team, you'll have the opportunity to have a couple of our players sign autographs after the game.
2 more periods still to come. We'll be right back with much more action here on EA Sports. What a treat to be joined here in the broadcast booth, the one, the only hip-hop icon, Snoop Dogg. How are you, sir?
Hey, baby, let me put these headphones on so I can hear what I'm saying.
He is ready to roll.
Oh, crystal clear. Can you hear what I'm saying, baby?
Loud and clear, sir. What a pleasure.
Man, pleasure's all mine.
Stars sell the game here, Snoop. Who are some of the guys that you cheered for?
Man, Marcel Dion back in the days. I used to love the way he got down on the Lemieux. And, of course, 99. Gretzky, the great one.
Have you ever met Wayne?
Man, me and Wayne, I'm the greater one.
You're the...
That's my nephew.
Back on a stick now. The Flyers have it from their own end. Here he is, all alone.
Breakaway.
And can't convert.
Can't convert, James. He doesn't even get a shot. He might as well dump it in the corner and keep the forecheck going.
Moves it quickly over to Auger. Picks it up. Here we go. Great Britain's gained possession along the boards. Over the line they come. Looks to set up at the point now. Great heads-up play by the defender. Takes it across the blue line. Throws it on goal, and he makes the save. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Takes the feed. Takes the feed. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. And makes the save.
Doesn't always have to look pretty. He stopped a chunk of the puck, and that chunk was just big enough to stay out of the net.
Still early on in this frame, James and Ray with you. So glad you could join us. It's a 2-1 hockey game. And momentum on their side as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Grabs the puck and looks to make something happen. Moves the puck down low. Through center along the wing. Into the corner now. Slides the puck over.
Oh, no.
He scores!
Backside on the oo-wop to the boo-bop. Good shot, dog.
Can you give me that one more time?
Backside on the oo-wop to the boo-bop.
Exactly. Couldn't say it any better myself. What a goal.
Yes, sir.
While the goaltender thinks he's got the whole net covered, this beats him just inside the post.
Denmark's counter-punch pays off. They've evened things up here in the second.
They've had really good legs since the start of this period, and it seemed like a matter of time before they'd punch through.
Assisted by number 18.
On the attack along the boards. Loses possession after he takes a little hit.
7 seconds.
Deflected away. Nice defensive use of the stick there. Sends the pass down low. And that's taken by the defense. Has hockey had any sort of cultural impact on hip-hop?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I started wearing the hockey jerseys in my first videos, and people started catching on from there. And then it's like after that, year after year, you would see people give me hockey jerseys when I would show up to towns that, you know, were hockey relevant. And I would wear them and represent them, and then hockey became a big thing in the hip-hop community.
Do you remember the first jersey that you wore that really kind of made a statement?
Maple Leafs, baby. Toronto.
A Leafs jersey?
Man, a Leafs jersey because it was blue and it had that leaf in the middle, if you know what I mean.
Ah!
That's close, James. The goaltender ends up beating the shooter to the post. As that looks like it's a goal, but it's shut down.
Big save! It's goal!
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. It's right.
Right past the goalie. Goalie, you was sleeping, man. What's wrong with you?
Time to wake up. What a goal!
Hello.
When you get into this position, that puck's got to be off your stick in a hurry. You don't have much time to think about it.
You got 3 teams in California now. You got the Sharks, the Ducks, and the Kings. You're all about California love. Do you have love for all 3, or is there only one?
All of them, especially if they make it to the Stanley Cup. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to call Snoop Dogg to come drink out of the cup.
And would you?
Why not? Not why.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
You have drank out of the Stanley Cup?
Yeah, when the Kings had it, they gave me a sip.
Of course.
Yep, yep.
Hey, look, I know I'm no Chick Hearn, but do you want to still hang around, watch the rest of this period?
Look here, James, I got a little bit of time on my hand. Let's do it, baby. Let's enjoy this.
There he is. He's going to hang out with us.
Let's go.
Picks off the pass. Takes the feed at the point. The Blue Nation have gained control of the puck in their own zone. Moves it around along the half wall. From his own end, he picks up the puck. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Launches him into the boards. And that one's stopped.
Thanks to the guys in the truck, we get a great look at that hit again. He slammed him into the wall. That one hurt.
Great Britain's lead here in the second period, a direct result of being the more aggressive team offensively. Good job tangling up his opponent here. Up along the wing. Moves the puck along the half wall. Takes the pass. Makes the save. And there's the whistle as he elects to slow things down a little.
A pretty good decision here with the play starting to break down in front of him.
Getting closer to the halfway point of this frame. 3-2 is where we sit in what has been a tightly contested affair. And that shot gets caught in traffic. Moves the puck. From in close. Oh, wow! What a save with the glove.
Flashes the leather right in the slot on a difficult chance.
Good read by the winger as the two centers tie up. The Flyers gain possession in their own end. Slides it on over to O'Shea. O'Shea's got it into offensive territory. Puck lands back onto his stick. And the play continues. Takes the puck along the boards. And it's freed up over to his teammate with a nice kick pass. And that skips away on a nice defensive deflection. Here's a chance out front. Can't connect. Stones him in front.
I like the way he tracks the puck here. He's got to find it, and then he gets his body right in front of it. That's a good save.
Centering pass. Here's a chance. Stopped by the goaltender.
And he came out and challenged him. Good save.
With authority. Nice pass. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Denmark's got the puck along the boards. Up the neutral zone now. Shot on net. Comes up on the blocker save.
O'Shea's able to get everything behind this hit. He really lays one on here.
Past the midway mark of the frame, James and Ray with you tonight. It's a one-goal hockey game. 3-2 is where we sit. Tosses it to Smith. Great stick work with the steal.
Denmark's stick position is exemplary tonight. Teams can look at this on video and say, that's how you defend. Oh, look at that. Here we go. We got a penalty coming up right here.
Takes the return feed. Great defensive effort breaking up the pass. Officials blowing the play dead. We've got a penalty on the way here. Officials calling tripping here on this one.
This was the penalty I think when I took. I was most angry at myself because you're not trying to do it. And then all of a sudden you see the guy go down and you're just like, oh man, here I go.
There's the result. Denmark's man advantage unit will take to the ice for the first time tonight.
Well, good news for them as they trail by one. They get a power play. The key here, though, James, is to be confident without pressing. Just get the puck to the net, make the penalty killer stress.
Sends a pass over. Back to the point it goes. From the blue line, they take control of it. Right out front. Lets it go. And then carries off a stick. Carries it across the line. Back to the blue line. Handles the puck. And that's picked off. Quick feed to Larson. Larson's got it against the boards.
Oh, no, he didn't. See, that was a football defensive stop right there. That was hard.
What a
good
save.
defense, goalie.
With possession along the wall. Puts it on net. Denied by the goaltender. Puck grab by Smith. Nice defensive robbery with the stick. Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. And the puck skips out of the zone. They'll have to regroup. Sends it to the cross side. Along the wing, up the neutral zone. Along the half wall with the puck. Here's a shot! Stopped by the goaltender. Here's a chance. Fires the wrist shot. Oh,
No
what a
worries.
save.
Split. Good defense.
The Dogfather's loving that one.
Man, the split. Good defense.
Lickety split.
Hello.
Hey, that means the play's supposed to end here. They're still pushing around pretty good. I don't know how interested he is in a punch-in-the-face contest.
Late goings of this period. Just one goal separating these two teams as we sit with a 3-2 lead. Haynes won the face-off deep inside the offensive zone. Here's an offensive chance. Poked away by the goaltender. Strong penalty-killing execution as both sides are now back to even strength.
Well, there are times you look for your power play at the very least to gain a little momentum. They needed a goal. Now they still trail by one back to even strength.
Denmark's had plenty of good looks offensively, but they have been snake-bitten as they trail late in this second period. Carrier's won the draw here in the offensive zone. Holds the puck at the line. Oh, absolutely owns the crease tonight. Denmark's had their opportunities, but they still trail late in this second period. Off the draw, and a nice job locking up his opponent. Comes up with the stop. I think he got a blocker on that one. Ahead of steam now towards the front. Sends the pass over. Carries it in. They've got the defense outnumbered. Here's an opportunity. Couldn't light the lamp on that. What a chance.
Sometimes the puck just doesn't go where you want to finish it. He makes a good shot, but he can't capitalize.
Oh, great play to use the wall handling the pass. Denmark's got a hold of it against the wall. Centered out in front. Moves the puck more to the middle. Move to the middle, and the defenders come up with the puck. Roy's got it in the defensive end. Takes it across the blue line. Hangs onto the puck. Blocker saved by the goalkeeper. The Blue Nation have gained possession off the wall. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Read it perfectly and breaks up the play. Denmark's got the puck in their own end. On the attack along the boards. And that's blocked. Grabs the puck in the corner. Centering pass. Takes a bump but hangs on to the puck. Receives the pass. Through center along the wing. Moves it around along the half wall. Great Britain's got a hold of it along the wall. Takes the feed. And the officials are calling a delayed penalty here. Looks like a trip. Let's get the official decision. Pretty cut and dry trip on that play.
Coaches will tell you, be careful with your stick, but you're trying to get the puck. I don't think a lot of times they do it intentionally.
Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Hammers a shot, just wide.
Nobody's going to be able to block that unless they're way off target like his shot was.
He is the D-O-double-G, the dog father himself, Snoop Dogg. And we thank him so much for his time here on NHL 20. Third period is coming up in moments. 3-2 is where things stand. Still a wide-open contest as we'll head into the third period.
Fans, don't forget to get the seats you want to the games you want by purchasing one of our 6-game ticket packets today.
What's in store for the third period? Let's tune in to find out just moments away. Welcome back, everyone. Both teams lined up at center ice, and we are ready to get this third period underway. The Flyers, penalty killers, get off to a good start, winning possession here. And they'll dump it in. Denmark's got the puck along the wall. Here they come on the attack. Back at the point, they set it up. Takes a shot, and the traffic jam in front blocks the shot. Good hit to knock the puck loose. Pass back to the point.
Man, they've worked the puck around so well on this shift. They've totally worn out the defending team. About two things are going to happen here, it seems like. They're going to either take a penalty or they're going to give up a goal. This is a great shift.
Up along the wing. Slides that one right across the blue line. Handles it along the blue line. And that one goes up and over.
He powders this shot from the point, except it's over 4 feet high. It goes racing over the top of the net.
Might make the goaltender a little nervous next time he unloads. Takes the feed at center and moves up ahead. Here's a shot, and he comes up with it. Special teams coming up huge on that goal.
They take advantage of having the extra man by moving the puck quickly. That's a beautiful goal. That puck is in the air, and he's got to find it, and then he keeps his eye right on it as he slams it out of midair, knocks it into the net.
We're still in the early stages of this period. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. Face off here in the neutral zone, and we are back underway.
Number 22, assisted by number 6.
Here's an odd man rush. That's off a stick. Great Britain's gained possession along the boards.
1 minute, 20 seconds.
Over the line they come. Right up front. Knocked away. Grabs the puck in the defensive zone. And he gains the zone here. And skilled use of the... He's got a little jump. He's in all alone. Great save. The Flyers have a hold of it in the defensive zone. Lugs the puck into the offensive zone corner. Scores! And the deadlock is broken.
Well, what a crushing goal to give up. But the other guys worked hard for it. They pressed the play, and now they've got the lead. We had enough time to pick his spot, and he went 5-hole, beat the goaltender pretty cleanly.
Great Britain's coaches are pretty active on the bench there, Ray. What are you hearing?
Well, they're happy that they've got the lead, but they want to make sure that nobody sits back to defend.
And play resumes as the puck is dropped.
Number 18, Zachary Mann.
Smith swooping in on the attack.
Cameron McLeish.
Smith's got the puck.
Time of the goal.
With the one-timer, shuts him down. Here's a chance right in the slot. Great reflexes, another save.
Oh, he's on it there. Both saves are really good ones.
Denmark's had plenty of good looks offensively, but they cannot convert, trailing early in the third. While the setters are jammed up, nice job by the winger to steal the puck. Rocks him. Takes that pass back at the point. Here's a chance to set up now. Picks off the pass.
Denmark's bench is constantly saying, good sticks, good sticks. They intercept the puck, they turn it over, and they can attack. This will be a close game all the way to the end.
Takes the feed. Dumps it in. The Blue Nation have gained control of the puck along the wall. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Great heads-up play in the defensive zone. Gets control of the puck here in his own end. Kicked up ahead to his teammate who skates away. Into the offensive end now. Takes the feed at the back end. A little too much height on that.
Yeah, maybe take a little bit off and get it on the net. The goalie had to duck.
Throws it in. The Flyers gain control of the puck against the wall. Carries it across the line. Moves right to the middle. Lowers the boom with that hit. Moves the puck along the half wall. From one end of the blue line to the other. Takes a shot. Denies him. He got all of it. Here's a backhander. Scores. That's two unanswered now.
They stayed right on it. Once they got that first one, they just pushed the pace of this. Now they get another. That's a pretty big blunder in the defensive zone. It cost them a goal there.
Britain's now got themselves a 2-goal lead here in the third. We can draw up how this matchup's going to go on paper, but this is why they play the games. You can't predict it.
Best reality show there is sports. You never really know. They haven't had the majority of shots, yet here they are as we near the 10-minute mark of period 3, and they've got a 2-goal lead.
Carries it in. Slides the puck down low. Slides the puck ahead into the neutral zone. Slides the puck down low. Here's a chance behind the net. Handles the puck at the point. Denmark's got the puck behind the net. Looking to make something happen along the boards. Moves it to Thompson. With possession along the wall. Along the half wall with the puck. Puts it to the front of the net. Turns it away. McCarron's gaining momentum. They've got numbers. Sends it over. Obstruction penalty coming up. Looks like a hook here. And let's see what the definitive call is on the ice. Well, the official's going to give him 2 minutes to think about that one.
Yeah, you can argue for a few seconds, James, I guess, but you already know at this point you're going to sit down.
Great Britain sending their power play unit out for the first time tonight.
Key for any team on the power play is to get control of the puck first. So we'll look at the face-off, and this power play at the very least has to generate a little momentum. It's their first crack at it tonight.
And manages to clear the zone. From the left side, takes it at center. Slides the puck over. He'll keep it alive and moves it ahead. Here's a chance to get it out. And the penalty killer's still on their heels after that clearing attempt goes down the tubes.
Oh, he thinks he's got a clean lane here, but he just doesn't get enough.
Trying to turn on the Jets here. Big time stop on the break.
Goalie came out, matched the shooter's speed, and shut down the chance.
Takes the feed from the goaltender. Takes it across the blue line. Takes the pass. Puts the puck on net. Completely misses on the play.
You don't even make the goalie work here. You've got to make him have to do something in the net.
Takes a shot. Makes the save. The Flyers have it against the wall. There's another stop. Slides it back to the blue line. Lets it rip. Answers it with an even better save. Denmark's got to be frustrated with how things have played out tonight, trailing in this third period. Puck is dropped and we are back underway. Trying to get it down the ice. And he moves the puck across the blue line out of the defensive zone. Moves the puck. Takes it from the right side. Here they come on the attack. He grabs the puck here at the point. Looks to set up at the point now. Loses his balance on the play. Grabs the puck here inside the offensive end. Puts the puck on net. And there's the save. And the PK unit gets their man out of the box.
Well, if they were going to stay in the game, they had to kill that off. You cannot lose touch with the score here.
And he loses both the puck and his balance after that hit. Handles the puck from the left side. Puts it on net. Misses a golden opportunity there. Looking to make something happen in the offensive zone. Takes the feed at the point. Off a stick. Over the line they come. Into the corner. And that's broken up. A little dipsy doodle and he loses possession of the puck.
Dalby's in good shape here, but he ends up losing the puck and overhandled.
Puts it on net, and too much traffic in front blocks that one. Off the crossbar!
Denmark's ability to get back in this game is going to rely partly on luck. They get a bad break there as the puck hits the post and stays out.
Nice pass. Back to the point it goes. Sends a pass over. Scrum ensues along the boards. Brings the puck into the offensive end now. Takes the puck into the corner of the offensive end. Great Britain's got the puck inside the defensive zone. Handles the puck. Here's an opportunity in front of the net. Denied by the goaltender.
Yeah, he got out tight to him, James. There's nowhere for that puck to go. They could have used this as they try to climb back into this game. The shot beats the goaltender, but not the pipe. It stays out.
Getting into the later stages of this period, no shortage of offense on display tonight on the ice. It's a 5-3 game. Puck battle along the boards. And some nice footwork to free the puck up to his teammate. Now he takes it over the line. There's a shot and makes the save. Denmark's offensive struggles have been the story tonight. Lots of chances, just not a lot of results. Back underway, and they take possession here inside the offensive zone. Traps that puck tight into his chest. A big draw looming here in the offensive zone. Back underway as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. Winds up, lets it go. There's the whistle as the puck goes out of play. A lot on the line here in this offensive zone faceoff. Offensive zone faceoff, and he wins the draw. On the attack along the boards. And he gets the puck right back. Centered out in front. Oh, some fans thought that was in, but that went off the side of the net. Here's a short pass to Larson. And that's broken up with a stick in front. Through the neutral zone, moving the puck along the side. Lets it go. Gets in front of it. Denmark's running out of time. They need to find a goal here quickly as they trail late in the third. Center's jammed up and the winger grabs the puck. Carries it across the line. Shot off the mark.
Goaltender's in good shape. There's not much room at all there, and he ends up shooting it wide.
Breaks up the pass in the defensive zone. And player hauled down to the ice. Looks like we got a tripping penalty coming up here. Here comes the call. Summers will serve 2 for tripping.
He's fishing around trying to get to the puck. Unfortunately for him, he sweeps out his feet.
Another scoring opportunity looms here. Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. And that one's turned away. Here's a chance to move the puck outside the zone. And it's a small victory for the PK unit here.
Well, that's their job. Get it down the ice, get off the ice, get some new people out there.
Back to the blue line. Quick shot, and he stands tall in goal. Loose puck battle along the boards. And a heads-up kick pass over to his teammate. Gets it out of his own end. Slides the puck across to Auger. Puck picked up by Payne. Lifts the stick and takes the puck. Takes it and looks ahead. Moves it around along the half wall. And the lane's clogged up, blocking that. Back at the point, they set it up. Here's a chance right in front. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Quick pass to Auger. Denied by the blocker. And it is all over with this one.
Well, they'll look at it and say, hey, we controlled play at certain points. We had a better face-off percentage, but just not enough.
Well, this one's in the books. A fun one tonight for Ray Ferraro. My name is James Cebulski. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good night.